Why you bullying me?
What's up guys, it's Ander or FBI Up and Up on the Lexington server. Today we're going to be going over the recommended gears for Marie Rose from the recent Venus Vacation collab. Surprisingly, unlike most collab ships, she turned out to be super strong, so make sure you level her up if you have her. Without further ado, let's get started. Kicking things off with some Marie Rose gear basics, Marie Rose is a super rare event-exclusive destroyer from the recent Venus Vacation collab event in Azur Lane. Unlike most destroyers that are either main gun focused or torpedo focused, examples include someone such as Tashkent for someone that is more main gun / firepower focused, with a high firepower stat and average torpedoes, and for the other type being more torpedo focused, we could have Ayanami with a lower firepower but very high torpedo. Marie Rose is actually very interesting because she manages to deal very good damage with both weapon types due to her very good abilities. She has some pretty average stats, but as I said earlier, her very good abilities make it up for her. Her first skill increases her own torpedo and firepower by 15% for the first 60 seconds of battle, which of course makes up for those lower stats in general, and in addition, every time Marie Rose takes damage, which includes whenever she evades an attack, she has a 10% chance to go and fire a level 10 special barrage that always crits. The cooldown between activations is 10 seconds, but even then this barrage deals a ton of damage and is a very large source of damage for Marie Rose. For her second skill, Vibrant Minuet, it gives a massive 50% damage boost to the first 3 torpedo launches every battle. You could think of this as a more reliable Ayanami skill, as Ayanami gains a 60% torpedo damage boost with her skill over here, the Demon. But the thing is, she only has a 5% chance to activate the skill whenever she fires her main guns. On the other hand, Marie Rose always gets her ability every single battle, and as you saw in the beginning of the video, her torpedoes also pack quite a punch. In addition, whenever she fires her torpedoes, she then increases the Vanguard speed by 3, and the evasion of the frontmost Vanguard by 15% for 8 seconds. These skills make Marie Rose one of the top destroyers in the game currently, as she has many sources of damage and is overall a really solid Vanguard, with the only bad part about it being that her health pool is quite low. First off, let's talk about Marie Rose's main guns. Since she has decent firepower, which is then boosted a little bit more by Rose's Thorns that gives an extra 15% firepower, Marie Rose would want a solid gun that has a pretty high DPS. You don't really have to worry about reload too much for her, since she has no all-out assault to proc. So going off of this, the overall best choice would still be the single 138.6mm, also known as the Baguette gun, because it has very solid damage, 35 extra firepower, and most importantly it shoots high explosive ammo, which has very good modifiers for all armor types. So going off of this, another very good choice would be the Russian twin 130mm. It has higher damage than the Baguette gun, and it also has 35 extra firepower, but the only difference is that this shoots high explosive, while the Russian one shoots normal ammo. Against light armor, the Russian gun is going to do more damage, but against medium and heavy, the Baguette gun will do more damage. So overall, both of these are very solid and perform very well, so use them if you have them. If you don't have them, you can always fall back to the gold twin 127mm, which has lower damage than the other two, less firepower, but it also shoots high explosive, and overall, this gun you cannot go wrong with. These other two guns that are gold, such as the twin 114mm and the twin 100mm, have very poor damage compared to the other two, and are only really used for their very fast fire rate. So in this case, Marie Rose is not going to be able to utilize them well. If you need purple options, my two go-to options would be the purple version of the twin 127mm, as well as the purple version of the Baguette gun. Onto Marie Rose's second slot being her Torpedo Mount. This is a very important slot for her because a majority of her damage comes from here. This is due to her very solid base torpedo stat, along with her 15% increase in torpedo from Rose's Thorns, and on top of everything else, from Vibrant Minuet, she gets a massive 50% damage boost for her first 3 torpedo launches, and in total, this makes Marie Rose very deadly with her torpedoes. If you want the maximum amount of damage possible, you should go with the quadruple 610mm, but do be warned, If you end up missing one or more of these torpedoes, you'll be missing out on a lot of damage, and you should instead use some more consistent torpedoes if you're planning on missing or playing on auto, such as the quintuple 533mm right here, or the quadruple 533mm magnetic torpedo. If you don't have any of those, well actually any of these gold torpedoes will work just fine, as well as the rainbow one. But if you don't have any of these, then you can always use the purple alternatives, being the purple version of the quintuple 533mm and the purple quadruple 533, as well as the purple version of the quadruple 532mm magnetic torpedo. For Marie Rose's next slot, being her anti-air gun, you don't have to worry about this slot too much. She has some pretty poor anti-air, so honestly you can slap on any of these golden anti-air guns and you can call it a day. If you don't have any of these, the two best purple options are the purple Roomba, as well as the purple 127mm mounted anti-air gun. Finally, for Marie Rose's Aux Gears, to start, since she has a pretty small HP pool even compared to other destroyers, I would strongly suggest running at least one HP Aux Gear on her to go and help with survival. You could go with any gear that increases her health points, to name a few. The repair tools are a very solid option that give 500 extra HP, and it also recovers 1% of max HP every 15 seconds. Some other good alternatives include the Celestial Body right here, as well as the Pearl's Tears, and the Gamer's Mark. You can also use the Fire Extinguisher down here, which is really solid too. For her second slot, you could either go with a second HP gear, or if you want more damage, you can go with the Pure Oxygen Torpedo over here, which grants a massive 100 extra torpedo, making her already good torpedo stats even better. The 10 extra reload is also really nice, but overall, this is the gear loadout for Marie Rose. For the battle showcase, we'll be doing a run of D3 on the inverted Orthant event map, and one small off-topic thing that I'd like to mention is that if you didn't know, you can actually use these 2x oil consumption and 2x rewards things to get double the event points per run. This is really good for the event because you can get so many more event points much faster. But of course, remember it takes 2x the oil, but whatever, let's go and start. Getting into the first battle, I'll be playing on auto actually. And do remember all those really nice torpedo buffs that she gets at the beginning of the battle, with her 15% extra torpedo for the first 60 seconds, as well as the 50% damage increase for her first 3 torpedo launches. So right now, she's just kind of chilling. Her Rose's Thorns procced right there, and as you can see, that barrage does a ton of damage with those guaranteed crits, and the battle will be over right now as I throw another torpedo salvo at that Siren's face. So that's the first battle, pretty quick. And with that, let's keep on going. Onto the second battle, do remember that she increases her own evasion by 15% since she is the frontmost vanguard in this case, and she also increases the vanguard speed by 3. So as you can see, I'm zooming around. And once again, those Rose's Thorns procced, dealing a very considerable amount of damage. Unicorn will go and have her airstrike proc real quick, keeping Marie Rose alive a little bit, and we'll finish the battle off with another torpedo. So once again, that was a pretty clean sweep. And that is battle number 2. For battle number 3, we'll face off against a third Siren, and in this case we'll be doing the same thing as the other 2 times, which is shooting 2 torpedoes at her face, and she will die. But we'll have to wait until the second torpedo comes back, and as you can see, Rose's Thorns is a really good barrage. It even has really good tracking too, so most of the time it will always hit your opponents. And there you go, that is the third battle. Solid. So here's battle number 4, and as you can see, even though this is the 4th battle, you can see that Marie Rose is taking a little bit of damage even with Unicorn's heal. And I'll just do the manual for the rest of this and throw in her submarines. So do keep that in mind, Marie Rose is quite fragile, so ideally you would use her with other vanguards. Probably a more tanky vanguard would be preferable, and with that, that is battle number 4. See if the submarines stole it from her. They did not. Battle number 5, we're hopping in, we're going to deploy our subs again, and let's see how fast this battle gets completed. Marie Rose is a very fast destroyer. As you can see, she is just zipping up and down the map. And of course there's this weird floating fortress support thing, and my Shinano proc too. So that's nice. That's battle number 5. One more. So here's battle number 6, and this is the last one before the boss battle. Keep in mind that these people are now out of ammo, so then they will do 50% less damage, but even then they will still be crushing through this fleet, as you can see right now. And that was really quick still. So that's battle number 6. Moving on to the boss battle. So here is the boss battle. The boss in this event is pretty easy for D3. It's not really too hard. All you have to do is just save your carrier's airstrikes until the boss resurfaces, and then after that you can pummel the boss and basically insta-kill her pretty fast. So right now we'll just wait until the boss fires all of her torpedoes. Just kinda eat them. Maybe shoot Honoka's barrage at nothing to establish dominance. And it looks like the boss is gonna come up, launch the 2 carrier airstrikes, and watch as Compiler's health disappears. So there you go. That's a run of D3. Hope you guys enjoyed. Solid. With that battle showcase finished, that will conclude my gear guide for Marie Rose. As always, if you found this information useful, consider dropping a like and subscribing. Don't forget to press that notification bell for my future uploads as well. Feel free to leave a comment if you have any questions that need to be answered, and I'll try my best to reply. If you're interested, you can always join my Discord server that you can find in the description below if you need advice or if you want a place to relax. That'll be all for this video. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!